The most untalked about NBA team, the Memphis Grizzlies. Lots of potential here for the next couple years and even for the now. They are currently going through a decent amount of injuries with people like Zach Edey, who just recently went out. John Morant's out at the moment. Desmond Bane just recently returned. Vince Williams Jr., who was great for them last year, has been out. And Gigi Jackson, who has also not played a game this season. All these pieces very, very crucial to the Grizzlies' run and how they are all together. But while these players have been injured, and these are crucial players, there's been other players who have come out of the blue and have been stepping up. Obviously, their main player, their defensive player of the year at one point, their all-star potential player right now, Jaren Jackson Jr., who's having an incredible year. He's obviously going to have more of the shooting touch, more shots to get up than what he usually has because he's not playing with John Morant and Desmond Bane at the moment, even though Desmond Bane recently come back. But Jaren Jackson Jr. is probably having his best year since he's been in the league. He's averaging 22 points. He's averaging basically 2 blocks a game. He's getting a steal a game. He's getting in 5 rebounds, which is his typical rebound-esque, but it's really the percentages that really been kind of stepping up. He's shooting 36% from 3. He's shooting about 60% from the field as in general. And he's just been doing everything he can for the team. He's attempting 2 threes a game, 5 threes a game actually, been knocking down at least 2 of them, 36%. He's just been taking in that role as just doing everything he can at the very moment while his two runner-ups, Desmond Bane and John Morant, are still trying to come back. But there has been a lot of people who have been able to step up. And I before I even speak about those people, I want to talk about the people that aren't even playing at this very moment. I think we got to show a lot of love to Vince Williams Jr., who is out. He's been out for a little while now, but he was incredible last year for them when they were going through all those injuries. Didn't have Ja, didn't have Jaren, and they were just looking like, just a team just to put out there just for the moment and just play to get a high pick, which they did. I'll talk about him later. But Vince Williams Jr., he was incredible last year. 10 points, 80% from the free throw line. He was like a 3-and-D wing kind of, averaged about a steal and a block a game. Grabbed you at least 5 rebounds, 80% free throw shooter, 37% three-point shooter. He was knocking them down. He's attempting 4, making about 1.5. His field goal percentages was incredible. His 3-ball was incredible, and he was literally exactly what they need to have a player who could fill in that role to be the 3-and-D wing, play the defense, get to the rack, be able to knock down the 3-ball while you have John Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. in. He's a perfect slide-in player for them. He's only played about 3 games this season. He's been out for a while. He's only averaged 5 points, 3 games. He should be back shortly. Once he comes back, he can solidify his role, get in the little myth of what they have going on at the moment. I think it would be huge for them. And another absolute star. I think he's gonna be a problem for many years. I think Gigi Jackson's a huge steal for them, man. That draft, I believe one of his last games of the season, he dropped 44 points against the Denver Nuggets on a loss. He's just been incredible, man. He shoots the 3-ball, 35% from the field, 42% from 35% from 3, 42% from the field, 75% free throw shooter, 4 rebounds, gets you about, half a block, half a steal. But he's just incredible, man. 14 points, true scorer, really does it all, and he's extremely young and raw, man. He's extremely young. I believe he's like 20 at this moment. He's 6'9", he's 19, not even 20 yet. He has lots of potential, man. The Grizzlies got an absolute steal with him. He was averaging at least 15 points every month during last season. I think he'll be a stud for them. And a come-up player who the Lakers once did have, and they just, I think coaching and just never really gave him his time to shine. Scottie Pippen Jr., man. Absolute steal for them. While John Morant has been out, he has been doing the crucial role of being that playmaker / scorer when the time comes. He's shooting the 3-ball at 40% from 3, 52% from the field. He's just been incredible. He's averaging 12, 5, 1 steal, 3 rebounds. He's just been that solidified playmaker, come off the bench, great defender, guard multiple positions. He's a great all-around point guard that they needed, and he's been stepping up. And I know a lot of people, the Lakers fans, didn't know that he had this in him. But once you get that playing time, you get to run with all these different players, different things going on, and you get the commitment, and you get the potential of doing it while you have your star point guard out. It really shows you that Scottie Pippen Jr. is here to stay, man. He's been incredible for them. Most improved player as well, I feel like, to be honest with you. He went from averaging 12 to 12, but that was really out to 2 when he was on the Lakers. So it's really just a step up when it comes to that. I think another stud that they picked up from the G League, my man Jay Huff. Man, he's been a problem. He's an absolute problem. I remember seeing him in the G League. I'm like, damn, this is a 7-foot center who shoots the three ball at like 40% clip. 7'1" center who shoots the three ball at 40% clip. And that has not gone down since he's been part of the Grizzlies. He's only played 17 games. He's averaged about 10, 2 rebounds, 56% from the field, 45% from three, 81% from the free throw line. You got a 7'1" center shooting 81% from three. He's in blocking shots, averaging 1.5 blocks. When they ask him to play, he does the role perfectly. Him and Zach Edey have been problems. When Zach Edey's out, you got a decent backup center who could do different things for you. Another most improved candidate, in my opinion. He was on the Lakers at one point, didn't really get PT, went to the Wizards. I remember him at the Wizards, and the Wizards are okay. He was doing all right, but, there's no solidified spot there. And then he played for Denver last year, but he's really been able to showcase his skills this year. And I really think the G League really showcased what he could be. Another guy they picked up who, he hasn't really played, and I don't like to really go off things like this, but Yuki has been amazing in the G League, man. Not to say he's going to do this in the league or anything like that, but, man, talk about a true playmaker. 5'8" point guard who literally just playmakes. He might get a bucket or two. I believe he's averaging 14 and 12 in the G League. Just a beautiful backup point guard. He's 5'8". He might be getting some burn more than often, but he's mainly a G League guy. But I just love the pickup, and I know him and John Morant have a great relationship. So I think he could even just be that guy off the bench who's just, a guy just to love. Another rookie that they picked up who I think Rookie of the Year candidate, honestly, and definitely an all-rookie team for sure. Jalen Wells, man. 12 points, 45% from the field, 40% from three, 75% from the free throw line. I believe he just had his career-high 26 points against the Grizzlies. Shot the three, but he had 6 threes, 6 for 10 from three, 71% from the field, man. He's been great. 6 assists. He's just another great two-guard. I kind of two-guard/one guard. He's like a combo guard who can get you a bucket, but can also make for you, play really good defense. I mean, his per 36 numbers look incredible too. 17 points, one steal, 1 block, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 51% from three. I mean, this is another guy, and this is just all these things that is just going to be here to play when John Morant, Desmond Bane are fully healthy. You get Jaren Jackson Jr. You get some nice picks. I think this team's scary, man. Someone who's having one of the most underrated seasons in the league, Santi Aldama. He's slowed down a little bit as the season's gone on. But you know what I didn't know? This man's a 7-foot power forward. I never knew he was 7 foot. He's averaging 12, 7, and 3, 47% from the field. His three ball is it's gone a little bit down as the season's gone on, but he was hitting it earlier in the season, but he's shooting it from 28% from three. He could get that together. It's, still early in the season, but he's averaging 12, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, about a steal a game, 47% from the field, and he's just been amazing. His scoring nights, he's showing flashes of just pure scoring. 3 ball, 4 for 7 from three, 28 points. He's been having a great year. He's slowed down, of course, but I think he's another steal for them who could just play that role, just do everything for them. And I didn't even talk about their star pick, Zach Edey, who's been out for a little bit. Zach Edey's looking incredible this season. All the haters are doubting him. All the hate is out there. Man, he's been killing it, man. He's even been showcasing a 3-ball that I don't think a lot of people are expecting. He hasn't really been attempting one a game, about 0.7 a game. He might attempt one wide open at the top of the key. 60% from 3, though. There's a lot of potential there. If he takes it more, obviously he's going to go down. But, I mean, at least he's attempting them, man. And he's able to showcase his defensive skill set is incredible, man. He's averaging about a block a game. His footwork, he does seem a little bit slower, but he's mastering skills and showcasing things that he can do. Hook shot, back down, putbacks. He's doing all these things that a lot of teams could use. They need people like that, big man. He's only 22 as well. You know what he did in Purdue? He was a monster, a beast. He's shooting 66% from the field. I mean, he's just amazing. His free throw percentage should go up, but he's been what they've asked for. 6 rebounds a game, 11 points. He's just been out for a little bit of time, but nothing crazy, nothing bad for them. I think there's other people like Jake LaRavia who's been stepping up a little bit. He's been getting a lot more PT with injuries. He's been solid. I think he's a really good 3-point shooter, honestly, to have. 3-and-D, 3-point shooter. Averages a block and a steal a game. I mean, you can't complain about that. Shooting the clip 38% from 3. That's really good. He's averaging 8 points. Some nights he'll really showcase certain things, and some nights, the 3-ball's not on, the field goal's not on. But he has some scoring nights, has potential. I think Jake LaRavia is a good guy just to have to showcase all these players together. I think Brandon Clark's also someone that everyone slept on because he got hurt. Recently came back from injuries. He's been doing his thing. Luke Kennard doesn't really play too much, but Luke Kennard gives you the three ball, stuff like that. John Concar, he's been all right, I think there's still a move or two to be made for the Grizzlies to really, really be that contender. I do think there is people who you could potentially look to ship. I do think Santi Aldama's stock right now is at the highest. I think you can get something for Santi. If you want to get rid of Brandon Clark early, I definitely think so. But I think the main key point will be Marcus Smart. I think lots of teams will want Marcus Smart. He's been a little injury prone. I'm not gonna lie, he hasn't really been too healthy since being a Grizzly. He's been solid. He's been all right for them. Nothing crazy. The defense is still there, not all the way, but he still gets the job done. He knows what he's doing, and he's a good vet to have. He's able to help any team at this moment, be a backup point guard, backup shooting guard, be able to defend the best player. His size is always there, 6'3", 220 pounds. He knows what to do. But I think you could ship him. He's a good expensive ship, and Brandon Clark. Those two could potentially get you something. I think even if you keep the whole injury-prone thing, how that keeps going on, you can get yourself another high pick this year. This is one of the deepest drafts we had in a minute. Obviously, a lot better than the last draft. Not to say bad in the last draft. I believe the last draft was pretty well. I think it just gave you win now players, role players, things like that. But I just think either the Grizzlies could go two different routes, try to get another high pick, develop him, develop Edie, develop all this young core you still have. Desmond Bane's still young. John Morant's still young. I mean, they're not young. Desmond Bane's 26, Josh 25, but you get what I'm saying. They're on the young, getting older realm. You still got younger people. Gigi Jackson's 19, Zach Edey's 22. Yuki's 23, Jake LaRavia's 23, Jalen Wells is 21. So you still got the young with the now, and I think they're really a piece or two away from being from like a really high contender.